Before I start this Hades 2 guide, I want to preface the video with a spoiler warning because I will be showing a little bit of content that you might not have gotten to yet, and if you want everything kind of kept under wraps until you discover it yourself, then I suggest you do not watch this video, as I will be discussing certain things that you might not have encountered yet, and I don't want to ruin the game for you. So if that's the case, watch it later on. Without further ado, let's continue. There are a lot of materials to be found and gathered in Hades 2, but there are some that I think are more hard to understand or hard to figure out where they come from. So in this guide, we will discuss the materials that are a little harder to understand in Hades 2 and where you can get them. We're going to start off with silver, which can be found in Erebus, and you will need the crescent pick in order to mine it up. They're just kind of scattered throughout the area in here. They're few and far between, just like every other material in this game, but this is where they are found, in Erebus only. Next, we will talk about limestone, which is found in Oceanus, and again, you need the crescent pick. You just walk up to it and interact, but you do have to have the crescent pick equipped in order to mine it up, obviously, because it is an ore technically. Next is going to be G-Rock, also known as glass rock, and those are found in the Morning Fields ore nodes. You need the crescent pick equipped for that as well. Again, just kind of scattered, few and far between. You'll have to look around, especially in the Morning Fields, because it's very vast and easy to get lost in here unless you have the incantation that points you in the right direction. Lastly, we will discuss bronze in the ore category. Bronze is found on the surface, and you will need a crescent pick equipped for that as well. I'm going to be doing a guide on how to get to the surface and the incantations and things that you need in order to be able to survive on the surface. So stay tuned for that because that will be coming out soon as well. Next, we're going to talk about plasma, which is found in Chaos. Again, you need a crescent pick to mine it up. It is very few and far between in here too, since you have to get into Chaos in order to mine this up, and that's only done through the random portals that you'll find scattered throughout the underworld, and you have to pay with life to get down there. So this one is definitely a little harder to get if you aren't going into Chaos as often, and I avoided it like the plague, so I didn't have it when I needed it. Next up, we're going to talk about things that drop from the different bosses. So we're going to talk about Cinders first, which obviously if you have killed Hecate so far, well, defeated, not killed, you will know that she drops the Cinders after you defeat her. She is the final boss in Erebus. For pearls, you are going to gather them after killing the sirens in Oceanus. These ones are very difficult to kill. It's a fun fight, but very difficult to take down in order to get the pearls. Next, we're going to talk about the tears, which are gathered from killing Cerberus, and that's just another fight that kind of takes some getting used to and understanding before you will be able to take Cerberus down, and that's all that I have thus far for the things that can drop from the bosses, because as of right now I have not killed Kronos, so I don't know exactly what he drops. We're going to talk about the things that you can gather next. So Moly is found in Erebus. You do not need a tool. This is just one that you pick up with your bare hands, so no tool needed for this. And Thalamas, which is used in a couple different incantations that are very important later on. This can be found in Oceanus Chaos areas from what I've found so far. I don't know if they can spawn in just any of the Chaos areas when you go down into Chaos, but I found mine in the Oceanus Chaos area, but you do need a shovel to get the origin seeds that can come from inside of the digging areas inside of Chaos. The actual nodes themselves can be found in there as well, but they're a little more few and far between from what I can tell. I've gotten more of the dig sites than I have the actual Thalamus node. If you do find the Thalamus node, you will not need a tool. Obviously, it's just like picking any other flower in this game, you won't need a tool. Next up is Lotus, which is gathered in Oceanus. Same thing, no tool required, just run up and grab it. Lastly, for the things that you just gather with your hands is going to be moss, and this is also gathered on the surface with no tool required. Moon dust is extremely important in this game as you progress and get through more of the content. It is purchased from the broker with bones and used to upgrade Arcana cards, but first you're going to have to unlock it via one of the incantations, this one right here, and once it's unlocked, then you can use bones to purchase more of the moon dust from the broker whenever you have the spare bones. Now, while bath salts aren't necessarily a material because they aren't used for crafting, I'm going to discuss that and Nectar just so you kind of have an idea of what they do. So bath salts you can gift to certain NPCs, and they will take a soak with you in these hot springs once you unlock it. These bath salts don't really seem to do anything other than gain a plus heart level for you and the person that you take a bath with. And then Nectar, obviously, you've probably used it thus far. It's going to be used as a gift to one of the NPCs to increase your friendship level, and if it's your first time gifting them Nectar, they have a little gift for you in return. That's going to do it for this guide on materials in Hades 2. As always, if you like the video, then like the video. And if you like my content in general, then please subscribe to my channel because it means the world to me. And I will see you in the next one. Bye!